What's up, guys, and welcome to OWTV's Power Hour. In this episode, we're going to be talking campus parking. My name's Christina Ronaldo. I'll be your host, and joining me, we got Mike, Deshaun, and Jeremy. Hey, guys.
How you doing?
How we doing?
Feeling good.
So what are your takes on campus parking here at Old Westbury?
I guess I'll start. Okay, so campus parking is stressful. I guess if you want to sum it up in one word, it's stressful. And you know, when you're going to class, you're like 10 minutes late, and then all of a sudden you have to like go around, find parking, and you will not find parking. You have to go all the way to the Clark Center or the Academic Village to find parking, which is a 10-minute walk.
Well, let's just get this straight. We're all commuters here, right?
Yeah.
You commute, okay, good. So we're all Old Westbury commuters, so we all have something to say about this.
I really don't like the idea that they don't use adequate space that they have here in the campus center. It can be expanded. You can cut down a couple of trees, make some paper, and you can level it out so we have additional parking space. Also, I feel that Christina, there is that low parking turnover, meaning that there's not a lot of cars leaving the station where they're at. It's just stationary there for 10 hours. Usually if you have a turnover of 4 hours or more, there's frees up parking for people who park who need it.
And now you actually told me before the show that this is your first semester here, correct?
Yes.
So you haven't even been here when it snows.
No, I have not.
Oh, you're in
I'm
for
in
a
for a
rude
treat.
awakening. That's pretty bad. I definitely had the same experience. I used to actually leave my house like an hour early before class. And, I'd drive around and eventually I'd find a spot. I actually used to even have a parking buddy where he'd leave class and I'd meet him, he'd pick me up, and he'd take me to my car.
That's a smart idea.
And he'd take my spot. At the same time, it's really not much different than other schools. Before I came here, I went to Nassau, and that parking, I gotta say, I think they take the top with that.
All I got is
Hofstra also.
Hofstra?
Like in the streets, you can't even park in Hofstra. It's like
Right.
from 2 to 10, which is during school, like the whole day, you cannot park in front of the houses. And it's yeah.
Is that like a law? Like you get a ticket? Or?
Yeah, you get a ticket one.
And then there's
it's
just not
horrible.
enough
It doesn't
parking?
make sense. Yeah, no.
Also, I commute here from Brooklyn, so when I come here, like last semester, I wasn't a student.
Mm-hmm.
I was just getting involved in a lot of activities that were going on during Common Hour. I was an out-of-towner, so I really wasn't going to school. So there's a lot of that's going on as well. People who don't go to the school that get in when there is class, and they acquire those parking spots that students need. I don't know if you could do something to have like a designated area for just visitors, because there is no visitors parking.
Yeah, and
spot.
here, we get a lot of people who come with their bikes and their dogs, and they're going up
Right.
and down.
Yeah.
And that's great, but I absolutely agree with that,
Right.
because they do take up spots.
Yeah.
I haven't had any problem parking
Really?
this whole semester. I might be the
What's
the
your
black
strategy?
sheep of. I go
What
to
do you
the I go to the Clark Center. I shouldn't have even mentioned this because now I'm gonna see a bunch of unfamiliar faces. But I think that if you go to the Clark Center, you got a nice 5-minute walk. Shouldn't cut down trees. We have plenty of spots over there. Everybody, you get a nice little walk in. You're 5
Well,
minutes away
exercise
from all the
and cardio.
buildings. It's fine.
If you're on time, then that helps too.
If you're late,
Well, maybe
you
that's the conversation we should be having. Students not being on time.
Oh.
Parking is parking is fine.
Yeah.
I went to Nassau. Parking was horrendous.
Horrendous.
I went
absolutely.
to City College and it was just parking in the city, so it was a nightmare. Then last year I parked in the main parking lot and it was horrible, but especially when it snowed. But I enjoy the right by the Clark Athletic department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not for cutting down trees at all. At
Okay,
all.
I take
So-
that back. Okay, take
But,
that back.
I agree there is a lot of open land. But, let's talk about, does anybody here know if we're still using the Academic Village? Do we still use that at all?
I don't know what that is.
That's-
No,
that
we
is-
don't. That's the thing. we
Okay,
don't.
so we don't.
So we could
So,
break.
do we use it? For science, okay.
It doesn't matter.
All
Just
right,
break
we
it
use it
down.
for science.
We need parking.
But 'cause I was gonna say, why not, utilize that space?
Well, there's available real estate right behind the student union in front of UP. There's a tennis court that is, just not really, they used it for storage for like some kind of building materials, and now it's just not used. You could get about a good, I think, 50 people to get parking spots there if they just, open that up.
Yeah.
Maybe even 100, you figure 10 per row.
Well, what I think is ironic is that, when I first started here, I used to leave like an hour early, like I said. Now I leave like 15 minutes before class.
Well, where's everybody coming from?
That depends.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
yeah.
coming from Brooklyn,
Right.
so your commute. I mean, I'm coming from Oceanside.
Oh.
I like to leave an hour early just because it gives me extra time to get things done. But I mean, I've left with giving myself 30 minutes parked and been able to be on time.
Well, my problem is like a day like today, my class is at 2:50. I don't have to be here, but if I want a parking spot and I don't want to have to make a long trek, I have to get here at 10 a.m. to have parking in front of the multi-campus center, which is kind of insufferable to me. So I don't really think that I should have to get up that early just to have a parking spot.
Well, one thing I don't like is that we got the new academic building, but no extra parking. So we spend millions on a building, but
Right.
there's no additional parking. So it's like the more building, more people come, more people are
Yeah.
accepted, and then our parking spots are taken. And it's it just puzzles me. It's just like we can't just like he said, like the tennis courts. Like I only see like it ever being used twice, like
Right.
the whole last semester, spring semester.
The tennis court?
Yeah.
It's used for storage.
And
construction
yeah,
storage.
like we could use that. That's good parking.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
Yeah. Good point.
No, but in general, like,
But
I do park in the Clark Center. Sorry, I do park in the Clark Center, and it's a walk. So I don't know. Some people are like.
It's a pleasant walk.
Yeah, it's
It's pleasant.
especially when it's cold. When it's snowing. Yeah, I've done that walk. My first semester here, it's horrible. But
Yeah.
get used to it after a while. And I guess like he said, students want parking, come early, or like what you said, use buddies, the buddy system.
You could
That's
use,
right.
you could use buddies, or
That's
you
effective.
can just, try to get here as soon as class lets out.
That's true. Or
I
lunch.
mean,
Check one
well-
of those spots. Or lunchtime, common hour is a great hour for parking.
I mean, Christina,
Parking
for me, tracking down somebody coming out of the class and just following them to their car is kind of creepy.
Like, no, I mean, you
So are
gotta,
you
you
coming
gotta
out?
make friends. You gotta talk to people.
We've all
and
done
make
that
friends
once in a
and-
while.
I
Yeah.
mean, this wasn't just like some random guy I stalked. I mean, I knew him, and it just happened that he was leaving when I was. I was leaving.
A buddy.
When he was coming. My parking
buddy.
buddy.
Yeah.
Buddies.
Exactly.
That's a really good
Exactly.
strategy. There's there's many strategies we can make up to get parking, good parking.
What are the strategies?
Well, one of them would be her buddy system. Another one would be leaving your house early. Another one would be, just enjoy the nature, like park far away. That's what I do. Like I like
On
to
the
park
old
far
side?
away, walk, enjoy
Bring
it.
your binoculars to school on the
Yeah,
third
why
floor.
not? You might see some deers there, the horses, the
I
ranch.
would love to see a deer here.
Westbury
deer.
is beautiful,
I
There's
noticed
so
there,
much to
there
see.
are a lot of feral kitty cats, which I like to see.
Right. Well, UP's handing out those tickets for those who don't have the stickers now. I think that went into effect probably around the 7th or 6th. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. So,
That was another thing last year. I didn't have a parking sticker all last year.
right.
And you didn't get a ticket?
Nah, not once.
Good for you. Wow. Yeah. I
Cheated
hope
the
none of them
system.
are watching this right now.
Yeah. But no, I have
Park over here.
I have a sticker now, and I find a parking spot every day. And
So
it's,
this guy's got it all figured out.
I don't know if I have it figured out. I don't know. I think that everybody needs to get their eyes off of the main parking lot and go
To the Clark
elsewhere.
Center.
Clark Center.
Now,
Clark
how much
Center's
longer
where
do
it's
you...
at now. Clark Center is where it's at now. You're gonna see it's gonna be packed now. We're gonna be.
Well, I know that I'm very influential. So when I say where I park, a lot of people, follow suit.
Yeah.
So
believe you.
I know I'm giving up some pretty valuable information right now.
I saw something really funny this morning when I was coming into the campus center. The sheriff, I believe, was parked at the end in front of the student union when you walk straight out the student union from the Panther, like 3 parking spots back. He was parked horizontally, taking up about 4 parking spaces for no reason.
Oh.
And you know, I'm like, well, nobody's gonna park there if you don't have a sticker. So everybody was avoiding that space, and there was like just, you know, about 10 parking slots available. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go park there even though I don't have the sticker. I'm gonna go inside and print the paper, and I just parked there. So it was like he was saving me a space in a way, and that.
Now, so we already established this is your first semester, so you got a ways to
Yes.
go. Is this your last semester, your first?
I'm graduating next fall.
Next fall, so you got a ways to go too.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm a sophomore. It's third semester.
So I, you know, for the future generation of Old Westbury, I have one more semester here as well. Maybe we could start, you know, putting our heads together and thinking of some environmentally friendly parking
Strategy.
Well,
strategies
I
for
just-
Old Westbury.
I just applied for the vice president position of the commuter student organization. So, you know, they do a lot of things here where they appreciate the commuters who commute, like ourselves.
Oh yeah, they have a commuter appreciation day and stuff,
Right.
right?
So,
Yeah.
you know, vote for Deshaun, you know, 2014 president, vice president.
I'll be voting for him.
We'll be voting for him because we do need a voice out there for the commuters and by the commuters for additional parking spaces, other situations, other, you know, questions that we have personally to bring up to the committee and all that, you know. We have a good voice here and we support him.
Vice president of programming.
Okay, still, it's something is something, you know, a voice has to be heard somewhere or another.
Deshaun, hold on, my God. Deshaun for vice president
Yeah.
Programming.
of programs.
Of programs.
Well, anyway, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Power Hour. And hopefully, our viewers out there can also give us their opinions on their parking and maybe speak to people like you.
Put a comment down below.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. I'm
Thank you.
Christina.
I'm Deshaun.
Mike.
And Jeremy.
And tune in next week for next week's Power Hour.